Hi there, trying something new. Rather than another email, I thought I'd try a video update for our First Impressions directors, hoping to find a better way to communicate the information that we want our directors to have, leaders to have, and especially our volunteers to receive as well. So give me feedback if this is not a good way to communicate, then let me know that and we'll try something else. But we just really want to communicate well to all of y'all. So, a couple things that you might not have known. First up is that as of January 16th, I am now full time at the church as the First Impressions Administrator, which just basically means I'm going to be working harder or more hours, I guess, to make sure that our operational, functional, systematic processes are working for you so that you can better serve and guide your leaders so that they can love up on the volunteers on their teams. So with so many transitions going on, I really want to make sure that I'm supporting you in the ways that you need. So please communicate with me about anything administrative, operational, functional, and I will do my best to get that taken care of. I'm working out some things, so please be patient, and the continued grace is welcome. The other thing I want to remind you of is the movein.milestonechurch.com website. Please take some time to familiarize yourself with that, as it has a lot of information that your volunteers are going to need to know to do their job well, not only in the new building, but so that they can make room for this amazing harvest that's coming in. Back in October, we had Pastor Jim LaFoon prophesy over our church and the people that will be coming, and he described them as an unprecedented harvest in that they will be unchurched and de-churched people, which means we're not going to be able to do everything the way we've always done it, because we're going to be having so many different types of people walking through those wonderful doors over there, those beautiful doors. And so we really need to be in prayer and be mindful of delivering the best customer service that we can. And so really needing you all as leaders, amazing leaders that you are, to help us recognize the areas that we need to beef up in, and needs in areas that that aren't working, so that we can, be prepared to love those people. The other thing is there will be on Tuesday coming out, I'll be sending out a save the date email invitation for the open houses that the churches are doing. There's a date in late March and one in early April before the move-in that is open to the church, and then we're going to put our First Impressions teams trainings on those back to back. So the plan right now is to invite everyone to both, hoping that they can attend both, because the more opportunities to go through that, the better. But we'll understand if they can only make it to one. So be prepared for that information that'll be coming out. We'll be talking more, I guess, about what you're going to be sharing and how we're going to be working through that. And just please let me know, thoughts that you have of things that you need: bottled water, pens, stuff to write on, printed materials, whatever it is you need. Please let me know how I can help you facilitate a great training session over there. Finally, I did send out an email earlier today to all leadership teams, leadership volunteers, volunteer leaders, with the volunteer application update, how people are doing. So that's for you to see and encourage your team leaders to talk to their volunteers. We need to get those taken care of before we move to the new building. We just don't want to be none of us want to be chasing down people to do volunteer applications when we move into the new building, because there'll be so many other things that we're focused on, right? So helping with that. And then please take some time to make sure that in your Planning Center profile you have a photo or an icon with your email address and your telephone number. This is how we're knowing that people have access and are logged in, so that we can use this system well. There'll be trainings, but we need to use the system really well to manage the 400 plus volunteers that we currently have, as well as the 700 that we're praying for. You know, we're praying to be at about 700 volunteers within the next year to year and a half. And so we need everyone sold out on using Planning Center. And so we'll be doing some trainings, but it starts with you. If you have yours done, then you can make sure your leaders have theirs done, and then they in turn can support their volunteers. So training will be coming, but please, 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 please take some time to figure out what your login and password are, and then update your profile. And then finally, we had about 38 people interested in the possibly being serving on the First Impressions team after 201 on Sunday. They are interested, some of them are interested in other areas. So you will be receiving a different kind of email, not you, but your team leaders will be receiving a different kind of email about the shadowing process. And we really, really want people to come and shadow you or shadow your leaders and connect to make sure it's a good fit for them before we start printing tags and putting them at a door or putting the bulletins in their hands or giving them a section to work in the parking lot or in the kitchen, whatever the case may be. So we really, really need them to shadow first. We want them to have a good, positive experience and make sure it's a good fit for the season that they're in and their schedule and their family's needs before we commit to them. The only exception to this is if you recruit someone or your team leaders recruit someone that understands what the expectation is for them to be an usher or a parking attendant or to serve on the hospitality team. I will get them the volunteer application. We will get them set up in F1 and Planning Center, and they will be ready to go when you say that they're ready to go. So those are just some of the highlights that I thought that I could share with you. They won't all be this long, but I just thought not another email. I thought this might be different. You can see where I live a little bit. See how awesome. This is my work office home kind of situation, which is really messy. So you don't need to be telling people about that, but you're welcome here. And so I'm excited. I'm hoping that we can find a way to communicate that works for y'all. Give me feedback about this. This is a little long, but wanting to make sure that you're getting the information you need to continue to do the fantastic work that you're doing. Grateful for you. Have a great day.